What's going on, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm former Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
What a weekend.
Oh my god.
So
there is so much going on.
So fair warning, again, if you have not seen Titans
oh my god.
or the free-for-all.
Well, because I mean, I think
well,
Titans was Titans, and then free-for-all, I believe, is pay-per-view.
So, but we might not even get to the free-for-all in this episode. We might have another special week where we have 2 episodes in 1 week. So we'll cover Friday Night Titans in this episode and then free-for-all. We'll see how I feel. It might just be one episode.
But just be wary.
Be wary.
You know?
By the end of this episode, we'll know whether we've covered it all or we're just going to have another episode on Tuesday.
Yeah. So gigantic. This was like probably the biggest weekend we've had so far this year.
Yeah.
If you... I have blue on my head.
From what?
That's eyeshadow.
Oh.
If you haven't seen Corruption Shazam 3, if you haven't seen the other match that happens in Friday Night Titans,
surprise match,
and if you haven't watched the free-for-all, come back later.
Or just leave us on
mute. I don't care.
I would love the watch time.
Or like I always say, if you just want us to friggin' tell you, then stick around and just... okay. But yeah, man, if you haven't seen them, holy crap.
Because this was...
gigantic weekend.
This is one of the biggest weekends we've had so far this season. It was like...
Had everything.
Yeah, because like the first matchup, we all knew we were getting the first matchup. The second match was like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah. Tremendous.
So, yeah, and they're both really good matches.
Yes, you're right. And you just made me realize.
What?
I'll put a little note to remind myself. God, I'm such a jerk.
What'd you do?
Okay. I got something. Okay, I got it. I'm good. I think I'm covered. All right. But yeah, no, tremendous. There was a thing that you just reminded me, like, oh shoot, I didn't have that in there. So I just put a little tickler to remind us.
Okay.
But yeah, oh crap, if you haven't seen these and you don't want to be spoiled, please be careful because we're going to talk about who wins all of these.
Yeah.
So as per usual, spoilies.
Yeah.
Careful.
So let's just go and get into it because I don't know how far we're going to get into these.
God, there's so much.
Again, we might split this up into 2 episodes.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. But
okay. Diving right in. You know what I'm saying? We're not even going to warm up today because there is no time. So we have an opening scene. Talking about Friday Night Titans, everyone here. Opening scene, you got Kate and Saul talking. Kate saying that she and Ben Bateman have been talking about Saul. And I think that like right away rubbed Saul the wrong way. Like you're talking about me and I'm not there. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And Kate said that she and Ben have come up with a new study strategy for Saul because he had some
stumbles,
big matches, but some also some other big matches that definitely didn't go the way that they would have hoped they did. Saul's kind of perturbed. He's kind of
rubbed the wrong way
the wrong way. Not excited. He's like, well, I have a problem with Bateman. Kate's like, you got a problem with Bateman? You got a problem with me. And already everybody's getting prickly with each other. Kate starts getting real defensive, kind of mean, but that's the way it is for the Den right now. And Kate's like, hey man, I'm starting to wonder if you just have an aversion to winning. She really went in on him here.
Yeah.
And Saul says, Bateman's obsessed with winning the title. He's obsessed with winning the championships, but that Saul's more focused on not necessarily the belt, but what it means. I guess what the journey means and what the belts mean rather than just the belt itself. And Kate's like, hey man, the Den's gonna win with or without you. So but the conversation is just kind of going back and forth. Kate's really ripping into him like you couldn't close it out. You had these big opportunities and you just couldn't close it out. And it just seems like you don't want to win, but that's what we plan to do this year. And, push comes to shove and it kind of sounds like Saul's almost kind of like on the outs, but then she kind of jumps in. It's kind of like when somebody is about to get fired, they're like, no, I quit. Because it seemed like Saul was like on the outs. But
you can't fire me because I quit.
But then Saul sounded like he was kind of on the outs, but then Kate's like, you know what? Never mind. We're going to win with or without you.
See you later.
Let's do it without you.
Yeah.
And she says that, the problem now is that he needs her, but now he doesn't get to have her. and kicks him out of the den.
Yeah.
Like quite literally yells at him to get out, and he walks out.
Yeah.
Tense, uncomfortable. I don't think Saul's in the den anymore. So just a little...
which was weird because I remember at Spectacular she said, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like she booted everybody but Thomas.
I think so.
I think that's what we were left at. Then when she came in this season, like, oh, Saul's coming back. It's like, okay, I thought you booted him, but I guess you still want him back. But now it's like, all right, no, get it, yeah. Circumstances change.
But they changed right back, and he's out. So no more Saul in the den. It seems to be very mutual.
Yeah, and it's weird because he seems to have a different attitude. Especially there's another cutscene that happens later on in the episode. It's like, okay, he has a different attitude about him. Maybe it's just going different ways. I guess
people can change. You know how it goes. So that's that. That was pretty. That was uncomfy.
It's like mom and dad yelling at the dinner table, like, oh.
Yikes.
No.
And then we have Shannon talking to Corruption. They got a huge match coming up.
Oh, lots on the line.
She's talking to Corruption. Marisol's there as well. And she says that she knows they want to win. They want to be 3-time champs, but it's not just about the championships. It's about family.
Ohana means family.
Ohana means family.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. They had, like, if they were to win the title back, they'd be the first 3-time teams champions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This match has so much at stake for everybody. Not about the championships, it's about family, and that's what it's always been about for Corruption. And that she just wants them to give the people a show and have fun with it, because that's all she really ever wants them to do. And that she says that people can try to break up Corruption, but they're not ever gonna succeed. They can bust up the team, but they can't bust up the family. So yeah, she's like, they can try, but they ain't gonna do it. Yeah. So trying to give them just a last minute pep talk. Get out there, do your best, and regardless of the outcome, kind of thing. Yeah, we're still going to be a family.
It's in line with what the new kind of Shannon we're getting this season. Because I think in past, if we got a cutscene like this, it'd be Queen of Corruption.
Rip them apart. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, no, this new direction, this new it's not about being hyper laser focused on just the winning, just the belts. It's about the whole. It's every aspect of it. The fun, the camaraderie, the fun of the competition.
Yeah, a lot
the
of
winning. Sure, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not. She'd rather just put on a good show, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Put on a good show, have a good time, have some fun. So and sometimes it's good to be reminded of that.
Yeah,
you can lose sight of that sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Being in it like all the time, just focus on winning,
head down all the
head
time.
Down. Nose in the books, just focus on winning. It can, it's easy to forget why you do this.
And it's easy to get burned out when you're in that kind of mode.
Oh, yeah.
When did that ever happen?
Huh. I mean, I can tell you having a mic. There's several people that we can put on that list. Mike, Rachel, me. I think Dan at one point was just all burnt out, and Bibiani. I'm sure there's plenty
of people that can attest to the fact that when you just are grinding, you lose sight of the fact that it is a game. You are here to put on a show. You are here to have fun. Of course, we all want to win, but when you really just when all you are is in game mode 24/7, that's not good either. So that's where a manager like Shannon comes in, especially this new Shannon that we're getting, to kind of keep them grounded and not let them get too oh my God, because when you get too wound up, that's when you can sometimes slip. So, she's just trying to do a last ditch effort to focus them up for this huge match. Obviously they want to win. Yeah. Obviously they don't want to break up.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
But here we go. So we have
Ryan, spoilers.
Huge, big time spoilies here. We got a 5-rounder, everybody.
The overcard.
Yeah, I thought this was the overcard, but I guess it's the undercard, or maybe it's just a double overcard. That's
one of the overcards for this Friday Night Titans.
The world is our oyster. We can do whatever we want to do. So we got Shazam Corruption 3. Ooh, Holy crap. We got Shazam. It goes without saying that they are representing the Quirky Marks. It's William the Beast Bibiani and Brendan the Kid Meyer going up against Corruption, Team Corruption, which is, of course, Mike the Killer Kalinowski And Chance the Cobra Ellison. I think I already said the representing Team Corruption.
I do kind of miss the Cobra stance.
When did he do that?
During digital, when you had to have your hands up all the time.
Oh, right.
He did this to keep his hands in frame.
Yeah,
kind of missed that. That was a pretty cool stick for.
It was fun.
For Chance.
It was fun. Yeah. But he still, he still does his thing. He still got his all black get up.
Can I tell you especially when we get to the free for all, like Chance Ellison's looks this season? My man.
What a baller.
Wow. Balling out. It's just man. Looking real sharp.
Round 1. Bibbs missed a question about Linda Cardellini. Mm-hmm. Mike and Brendan missed a question about Chelsea Peretti. You know who that is, right?
Yes.
Brendan was answering a question at one point, and he pointed to it with his middle finger. Adorable. He's like, I think I just pointed with my middle finger. Sorry about that, guy. It was just so
trying to stay family friendly.
So precious how concerned he was about that.
It reminds me, it's like, I didn't want to miss the question because I didn't want to say that they're lesbians.
I almost lost the question because of the lesbians. But yeah, that was adorable. It's like, I'm so sorry. Adorable. Chance was the only one who got a perfect round 1, and he got the bonus. So by the end of round 1, it's 18-20 in favor of Corruption. Mm-hmm. Round 2, Corruption decides to go first, keeping the heat on. They spin away from the Oscars. Sure, they get the 1980s. They go to multiple choice only once, and they got it right. Shazam goes. They spin away from DreamWorks Animation. Understandable.
Understandable, yeah.
And they get new releases. Terrifyingly, they have a 2-point miss.
Yeah.
That got stolen. By the end of round 2, we got 26-31 in favor of Corruption.
Oh, boy. And everybody in the chat's probably like, it's over.
I know. We weren't looking at live chat. I kind of wish that we had been, but also don't.
Yeah, we usually don't look at live chat anymore.
But I can only imagine how many that's it. That's the game.
It's over.
It's over. Round 3, the betting round. Corruption spins Pixar. They very quickly decided to stick with it.
Right back to the desk.
Not surprising again. Also not surprising that both teams bet 3 and that both teams got it right. 29-34 in favor of Corruption. We keep the same gap. Round 4, the speed round. Chance got 1 question right. Mm-hmm. Bibiani got 4 questions right out of 5.
Ooh, there were a couple in there that I was like, what?
Okay, so yes, let's talk about those 2. Mm-hmm. There was one where it was like Jodie Foster didn't get nominated for her performance in what film, and it was one of those like, here's 4 films. I think it was, which one was she not nominated for? They said one movie. They said another movie. Bibbs buzzed in, and as Andrew Guy is saying the 3rd movie title, Little Man Tate. Mm-hmm. The answer was Little Man Tate. That moment was like movie 1, movie 2, buzz in Little Man Tate, Little Man Tate. I almost peed my pants, but not as much as I did on the next one. Or, I don't know if it was the very next one or the next one, mm-hmm. but there was one about
the Pirates movie
in the Pirates of the Caribbean. How many times and Bibbs buzzes in before they even make it past, and how many times in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise?
Yeah,
they don't. I think that was pretty much the information that he had. He buzzed in, says 5. And they said it was correct.
And then they finished reading the rest of the questions so everyone would know what they were looking for.
How many times had Jeffrey Rush portrayed Captain Barbossa or whatever?
And it was
5.
That was a ballsy. I mean, because I get why he's so like aggressive with this. You're going into the buzzers.
I mean, you're going in 29-34.
Yeah.
You got to be aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Brendan Meyer has been on multiple shows saying like, because Brendan Meyer has like that game sense type of mindset, like Oyama, Bateman, and stuff like that. He's always said, if you can keep it within 5 points going into the final round,
right,
you have just as good any chance. If you would have came out of that speed run, maybe got 2, your chances it might have been a little rough. But to go that aggressive in the speed round and have it pay off, it's like, whew, that's crazy.
And we briefly exchanged some texts with Mr. Bibiani after this, and that man is.
Yeah.
There's a reason they call him the Beast.
Yeah.
Because I was like, excuse me? Those 2 questions in the speed round? And He was like, yeah, so,
that happened.
this is what I was thinking. And I'm like, you're a genius.
Yeah, and I was saying, like, we're not going to give everything away, but like what he told us was like, that is a brilliantly played speed round, because sometimes you don't want to give the opportunity to your opponent to get more information, and maybe you get lucky.
Yeah.
Off of your guess.
Yeah. I mean, he did what he had to do, obviously.
Yeah, he had to go big.
He said as much in the post-match interview. It's like, I had to play aggressive, and I knew that going in. There's no way that you were going to be able to bridge that gap playing a passive speed round.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've ever seen a more aggressive speed round than that.
And maybe he was so, like, also he was thinking that corruption was going to be a little bit like trigger wary. Like,
well, they might also be like, we have a comfortable lead.
Yeah, let's not
F it up.
Yeah.
They might be like, a little bit slower to the punch because they want to get more information. They don't want to risk losing points. I mean, you see your opportunity, you capitalize, and good Lord, did Bibbs do that.
Yeah, and that's a big equalizer to this puzzle, because if this was fast money, I mean, we could still see
another. Just such different speed rounds.
Yeah.
It's so different. I'm still not sure which one. I mean, they're so
You've played
different.
in both. I've only played in one.
Both.
Yeah. I appreciate the advantages that both give you.
Yeah.
But I imagine I can only like give my opinion on how I experienced them through like your eyes. Well, playing. I was when you were at Spectacular, I was playing along too. Yeah. And I was like, it's such a different type. It's like they're both stressful.
It's a different feeling.
It's a different kind of stress.
Vibe.
It's like we said it before, fast money. It's like, yeah, you don't have to. You're not competing against your opponent to get to the answer quicker, but there's more questions.
Right.
Opposite of that was with buzzers is there's only 5 questions, but you got to beat your opponent to the punch. So,
and you can actively prevent your opponent from getting points.
Exactly.
In fast money, you both have an equal opportunity at the same amount of points.
Yeah.
In the speed round, buzzer round, you can actively prevent your opponent from getting
and the
points.
risk is greater for buzzing in quicker.
Exactly. There's half the amount of questions. So it's like it's a double-edged sword because the thought of doing a 10-question speed round is like, so many questions.
And that's the thing. Like, I've played in how many? Like 4 or 5 fast money rounds.
Yeah.
And I got comfortable in it. It's like, yeah, that's just,
it's a rhythm.
It's a rhythm. I got into that rhythm because I played it so much.
Right.
But now it's like, well, I'm pretty sure they're doing away with fast money now. So now it's like,
it's just a different mindset, really. I mean, but yeah, I think it's fascinating to talk to people like Bibiani, because I told you things that were going on in my brain during that speed round. So you could see where I was, and to get Bib's perspective on where he was for some of those questions was just like, you're on another level. You're on a different plane. Like, it's insane.
Hey, he gambled really big and it paid off because he got him within 1 or 2.
But the crazy thing is that it worked this time. There are times where that could have backfired.
Yeah.
But the fact that it worked like the way it did, it's just...
That's the kind of player he is. He's been in the game long enough. He's played plenty of these buzzer rounds. He's played in both formats.
Right.
So now he's comfortable in both. So I think he's just like, well, we have to catch up.
They call him the beast for a reason. So by the end of that, gap shrunk a little. Now it's only 33-35 in favor of corruption. Round 5, the championship round. My dudes, my ladies, everybody in between. 2-pointer for Shazam. Bibiani decides to take it. It's Happy Madison and Adam Sandler, which I learned is not the character Happy Madison. You'll find the football team known as the Mean Machine that Burt Reynolds' Nate Scarborough helps coach in what 2000 sports comedy?
Burt Reynolds.
Over the top. Is that Burt Reynolds?
No, that's Stallone.
Really?
Yeah, we've talked about this. Over the Top is he's a arm wrestling competitor.
That's Stallone?
That's Stallone. He drives across the country.
What am I thinking of with Burt Reynolds?
Eastbound and Down.
That's what I was thinking of. Thank you. Both Archer references.
Yes.
That I was making. That's the right one. Eastbound and Down. The Longest Yard. Got it. 2-pointer for corruption. Mike takes it. Animated. What animated franchise features the characters Bullseye the Horse and Stuntman Duke Kaboom? The Toy Story franchise.
Toy Story 4.
Got it.
Really? Have you seen Toy Story 4 yet? Yeah, we have. There's
That's the one with the creepy doll, the creepy girl doll that has the creepy guy dolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's that week we were just watching
because she
all
wanted
Toy Story.
Woody's voice box.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was one day that we watched like
all the Toy Stories, and then all the shorts because our daughter liked it.
Yeah, and I cried.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Andy, you don't give away your toys like that, dude.
Well, no, he's giving away to make another girl happy. He doesn't really. They said the point of toys is to make a child happy, and he's all grown up. He gives them to another girl.
Woody's been there every step of the way. Help take down Sid.
I did find it really sad in the fourth one when I can't even remember the girl doll that wants the voice box. I don't even remember, but like all she wants is to be loved by this one girl, and she's like,
it's pretty heartbreaking.
I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, Toy Story is. Mm-hmm. I definitely cried. Like I was sitting on the
third
couch,
one,
like, trying to like hold it in, but
the third one hit me harder than the other ones did.
Yeah, they're good, and it's also fascinating to watch the
the animation progression. Oh, the fourth one looks so good.
You go back and you watch the first one, it's like, oh, what am I watching?
The opening scene of the fourth one is unreal. The rain, the lighting, it's so good.
Yeah. It's crazy to see that animation style take off. 3-pointer for Shazam. Brendan's going to take it, obviously. Famous actors and actresses. Which actress stars opposite Will Ferrell as Jovi, who Will Ferrell's buddy falls in love with in the 2003 holiday film Elf? Zooey Deschanel.
She thought like, oh, Elf's buddy. Who was like, wait a minute, no. What?
Yeah, which is the way the question was structured. It is kind of like Will Ferrell's buddy. Which buddy fell in love with?
Will Ferrell's buddy.
Will Ferrell's character
buddy. Yeah.
So yeah, I understand because the
way it was at a comma.
The way it was worded, you know, but he still got there. Zooey Deschanel got it. 3-pointer for corruption. Chance takes it. I read it like that was the category. DreamWorks Animation. Look at that.
Surprise.
What famous sitcom actor voices Melman, a hypochondriac giraffe in the Madagascar films? I think he said David Schwimmer. He speaks very fast.
Yeah, there's sometimes I'm like, you got that?
I'm pretty sure he said David Schwimmer. Ross, as a lot of us know him.
Yeah.
Got it. 5-pointer for Shazam. Coming down to the fivers. Crime. Steve McQueen stars in the 1968 crime film Bullet, which has a famous car chase through what California city? Little to no thought went into this. It was right there for them. San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? They got it. 5-pointer for corruption. They get Denzel Washington. Oof. In total, how many times did Tony Scott, the total just made me think of Don't Talk About Total. If anybody out there knows what that reference is, we're automatically friends.
You wear a Mickey Mouse shirt, Dad.
That's not Mickey Mouse. That's not dirt. wait.
That's not a Mickey Mouse. There's his.
No, there's his ears and there's his face.
That's
not Mickey Mouse. That's just.
Bob Saget.
That's the giveaway.
Yeah.
Don't talk about total. Denzel Washington in total. How many times did Tony Scott direct Denzel Washington? What a question. Yeah. And hearing this question, it's at its very core, it seems like it would be a straightforward.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, how many times?
Yeah.
Hearing this question and seeing them cycle through all 3 of their JTEs and this was not a Mike going, what a thinker. I actually know it the whole time. Like this was actually them going through it.
And that's what I'm saying. If you look like, I don't know how good Mike is at poker, but like, but like his last match with, who was it? Who did he play singles match against? Peggy. You know, he's like, oh, repeat the question. He's not Peggy, Paige.
There you go.
Sorry. He's pacing, he's doing this. When Mike knows an answer and he's penning it for the theatrics, this is what I've noticed. He does all the theatrics, but when they're actually trying to think of the answer,
it's a much different
Mike. His demeanor is so different. This is the Mike like the
really pensive, thinking about it
when
hard.
He's really thinking hard about an answer, he doesn't move. He's like basically looking at the table, or with the chance they had their backs turned. I was like, once they did that, I'm like, they're making sure it's either they know it and they want to be sure, or they just can't think of one movie.
Right. And so, like I was saying, when we heard this question and we saw them use all 3 JTEs and they're really in it, really thinking through it, it really struck me like how, I don't mean to like deviate away from the match, but like it struck me how much the question writing team, how well you have to understand movies. Because I know there have been plenty of times that people are like, oh, that 5-pointer was so easy. Oh my God. That's not fair that they have such a hard 5-pointer and they have such an easy 5-pointer. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw. Unfortunately, if you're the one on the short end of that stick, fortunate if you're not.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that does happen sometimes where a question is just kind of like, that's a 5. But like when I hear a question like this, it's like, it just seems pretty straightforward to a dummy like me who doesn't know anything about movies. But it really struck me how well they have to understand movies to know that Tony Scott directing Denzel Washington is that hard of a question that Chance and Mike are like really, really deliberating hard. So I don't know. That just really struck me like mad respect to just have that broad of an broad's not the right word. Global of an understanding, vast of an understanding of
just film.
To craft that seemingly not simple but straightforward of a question that's that hard.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I mean, a question like how many times has Steven Spielberg directed Leonardo DiCaprio? I imagine that might be, I don't know. Maybe that's an easier question. But why? But for all I know, those questions might be like more gettable. What about this question made it so difficult? I don't know. But I just think that it's really, really cool. And it's mind blowing to me how much they have to know to put a simple sounding question like that in a 5 and unfortunately be able to stump corruption. They went with 6, but the answer was 5. So unfortunately, corruption did miss it. I'm like getting chilly willies as I'm talking about it. With that, 40-43 in favor of Shazam.
I wore the shirt for a reason.
They are now, nice. They are now 14-2 with 2 KOs with their 4th title defense.
First off, all the credit in the world for Chance and Mike. What a run.
Yeah.
Like this was a team. I think this was the last remaining team from Anarchy.
Yeah. Because
I don't know where the Real Rejects are doing. I don't think they're competing.
Doesn't seem like
it. Doesn't seem like it. That was because they were at the moment it was Corruption and Real Rejects that were the last team to survive Anarchy. Or no. Yeah, the last teams together that were formed, quote unquote, through Anarchy. And that was a while ago. That was a long time ago. Yeah. These guys won 2 titles together. And I think Chance is the better singles player. Mike has admitted that. Mike is
straight out many times.
But like we said, it's not like you can just have like the A player and then like have somebody else like just play along. Right. You have to be able to keep up with your teammate in order to get to anywhere near the conversation to having a title shot.
Right.
And Mike is definitely that kind of player.
God, yeah.
So there be times where Mike would pull something that Chance just couldn't. So it's not to say that Mike is, the lesser player. It's just I think Chance is more fit for the singles division, the teams division. But Mike clearly has his strengths. But this has been a legendary team. And when you talk about the greats of the game for teams, Corruption is in that conversation.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. And the post-match interview was it was really heartbreaking because it was genuine emotion. The way Mike was talking, some of the things he said, I mean, that wasn't I hate the word kayfabe, but that wasn't character work. I believe that was Mike because he was saying that, this team formed forever ago through Anarchy. And Christian approached him and said, hey, I want to put this kid with you.
It's like, who? What?
Exactly. And
some dude from the fan leagues.
Out of this random team up, he said that he got not only a teammate, but he got a friend. I don't know if he said best friend, but a friend and a brother. And what I would probably assume is going to be a very long-lasting friendship.
Oh, yeah.
So it's far-reaching outside of the Schmoedown, and I just think that's incredibly special. And it was genuine emotion, which, it's something that I think is even though the circumstances were incredibly sad, it was really heartwarming to see.
Yeah.
But it was incredibly sad to know that now they're not going to be playing as a team anymore.
Yeah, and then people, and it is say like, oh well, you're still in the faction, and it's like, but there's a special like thing to know that you were playing alongside this guy for so long, and
and accomplished a lot,
study sessions and all that stuff. Because we were talking to Laura Kelly on Going Rogue was a couple weeks ago, and she was like, yeah, like these people got me through the pandemic because of study sessions, and then these times of just quizzing each other, and that's the kind of like thing that, like you said, it transcends the game. Like we get friends out of this, and people that we look forward to seeing and talking to all the time. And this is something like definitely that came out of it. So it's like it sucks that you won't be able to play with this guy again. I mean, maybe years down the road again, like let's do a reunion game.
Yeah, you never know. There's probably some kind of storyline way that somewhere down the road, you can make it happen again somehow, some way. But I do believe that there's definitely competitors out there that this is just a game. It's just a fun thing you do with your buddies. You get out there, you answer questions, have a good time. But there are a lot other of us that it does transcend the game, and it does mean a lot more. And there's probably people out there that are like, that's ridiculous, that's dumb.
It's just trivia.
It's an internet show about trivia. Lighten up. It means, I mean, speaking out of personal experience from the both of us, this means a lot more than just the questions. So, and I could go into a whole spiel about, what it means for me personally. I'm sure you could too. But, we won't do that right here because we got plenty of other stuff to talk about.
That's a conversation for another time.
A good story and a good question for another time. But yeah, no, it does. It means it does.
Yeah,
like it resonate hard with Mike on that because it's depending on how you approach the game, it's a lot more than just the questions. And that's why we sometimes get so worked up about it. That's why you see a person like Mike cry. That's why I've cried. You've seen it a couple times, many times. Like, that's why we
both cried over the Schmoedown, yeah.
Yes, like on camera and off camera. But like, that's why it's so easy for us to get so worked up and passionate about it to the point where we might say something that we don't really mean, or we might get to the point where we get kind of emotional because it does mean more than just the questions. And I think that that's really special. And that's why I do really love this community. And I'm like, it's so cool we're a part of it in the way that we are.
We're so lucky to have been a part of it for as long as we have. Because there's plenty of people that like dipped in and out, and it's like, okay.
Exactly. So, again, to get off on a little bit of a tangent, it's always special to see that kind of a moment. And I love that Mike is comfortable enough to be vulnerable like that. Shannon got a little emotional too, which was wonderfully heartbreaking to see. But yeah, I mean, so now this opens up the question of what happens now. Like you said, Mike has said multiple times on multiple different shows,
Chance is the A player.
I'm not trying to say it because I believe it, because Mike is a legend. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So is Chance in that, respect. According to Mike, he says, yeah, Chance is the better player. He's the A player, whatever. If we're regarding Chance as the better player, are we putting Chance with Marisol? I feel like that's everybody's
everybody's mindset.
Thought.
Yeah.
Adam Collins is hanging over on what swag or whatever.
Yeah.
It seems to be the move that makes sense. Do you put Marisol with Mike? Marisol with Chance?
Yeah, and there's not just the fact of chemistry wise, but like logistically, Chance is in Arizona, I believe.
That's
and
true. Oh yeah, they're both out of state.
Yeah, they're both out of state. I can't remember where Marisol.
I don't remember either.
Hails from, but you have to worry about that. It's like, well, if you're gonna have them in teams, you gotta make do with when you have them available, and also Marisol has to worry about competing in singles. She's already on #1 contender shot for singles. So
yeah.
So
behind the scenes, real world type stuff. Yeah, there's some logistics to consider. Yeah.
So it's not a matter of just put them in Marisol. It's like, well, we got to be realistic.
Right.
How often will we be able to get them out and all that? And I'm sure they work well together. They've been on the faction for several years together. So that I'm not too worried about.
They've already got a rapport.
They've already got a rapport. So we'll see what happens. Nothing says that Corruption needs a team right now. I think they're sitting pretty good with where they're at with they have the IG title already.
Right.
Marisol's on her way back to.
She's already got a short path.
To a title.
And it doesn't look like we're on the cusp of any kind of a team's tournament or anything at the moment. Mm-hmm. And they've all worked together for a couple of years now, so they do have a rapport. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about gotta get them in a team really quick. Get these two people together so they can get to know each other.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know that I would be worried about that as Shannon. Give
some time. Tournament season will come up sooner or later. That's when you really have to worry about it.
Exactly. So there's no rush for them, but I'm sure that the thoughts are still happening. So, yeah.
On the other side of that.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk. I mean, there's always the greatest of all time type of arguments all the time when it comes to champions.
And no one's ever going to agree with each other 100%.
But people will always say like the Patriots automatic best team of all time because of the run they were on. I've been on record saying, and obviously I'm biased because I love these guys that are on my faction. I've been, they've been instrumental in elevating my gameplay.
For sure.
But look at the record for 14. They've only lost twice. They defended the title 4 times.
14-2.
And they're 2-time champions, if I'm not mistaken. Because they lost, because they won it off of corruption. They lost to Odd Couple. And they won it back from the no. Who? Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Yeah. So they're 2-time team champions, 4-time defending with a record of 14-2. The best record in the team's division that has ever been seen. If you can't look at that and at least consider them to be the best team of all time. And especially the way that the league is now. We always the game has changed vastly since the Patriots last played.
Yes. And I'm looking at the Collider Wikia for the Schmoedown, which from what I can tell, the couple of times I pop in, it seems somebody's keeping it updated. Mm-hmm. According to this, don't at me if it's wrong because it's their fault, not mine. But according to this Wikia page, the Patriots were 9-2. Mm-hmm. So everybody's very obsessed with numbers. 6 defenses. Oh my God, 6 defenses.
And that's the thing. They went 9 straight victories with 6 straight defenses.
Right. And then the Shazam now has 4 defenses, but 5 more total wins. You like numbers.
Yeah. And in the landscape, and look at the teams they beat.
Yes, it's not to take away from, not to diminish, but the landscape's different. Let's just say that. What the Patriots did was no doubt difficult.
Yeah.
But look at the teams running around now. I mean, hard to dispute. When you beat corruption 3 times now. You got teams like the Founding Fathers that were running around and Danger Zone that was running around. Yeah. Basically just Dan Murrell on teams. But there were other fantastic teams running around too. You got the Odd Couple, the Lightning Time.
Final Exam.
Yeah.
What was it? These were powerhouse teams.
Yes.
And Shazam's only lost twice. Same
with the Patriots.
Yeah. But look at who Shazam lost to. They lost to the Founding Fathers when they defended, and they lost to the Odd Couple. Those are 2 really, really good teams.
The loss, according to this Wikia,
for the Patriots, their only losses on their record should be 2 above the line.
Both of them, 2 above the line,
because they lost it to him, then they lost it to him in the rematch.
Right, in a Collider Collision championship match. So yeah. I mean, to each their own. There are going to be some people that you cannot, no matter what numbers you throw at them, they're going to cling to their 6 defenses. And you're not going to be able to convince them otherwise until maybe if one day Shazam gets to 6 defenses.
I would like to see what the conversation happens and when they get
when that day comes.
Even if they just tie it.
No, you know what's going to happen if they tie it. They're going to be like, well, they only tied it. Patriots did it first. You know how people can be. So there's going to be some people that you're never going to change their minds in many things in life.
Yeah. And I think there's a press conference with Christian Harloff that happened, and they said the team style is going to be put up in the line 5 more times.
Yeah.
It's insane. The opportunity to break, to shatter that record is available.
It's there.
So I don't know, but I've already conceded the fact it's like look at the teams they've gone through. Look at like how many times they've won in a row. They've defending the title once is hard enough. To defend it 4 times in a row is hard. 6 times is very impressive.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what more you can say about Shazam. I mean, this was a rough match.
And that's what they said.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are pretty, some are not, but they're still wins.
I'd rather be a win. I'd rather have an ugly win. An ugly win's still a win.
Right. Did you hear what Brendan said? He quoted somebody who was like, every win is a work of art, but some you hang in the basement.
Yeah.
And this is one of those for them.
I've had a couple matches like that. My match with Laura Kelly was like, ooh, not my best, but it was.
But
at
you
the end,
still came out.
Still came out with a win.
My match with Ross. Lucky.
Yeah.
But I still managed to.
You put yourself in the position where you could win.
A lot of people have those types of wins. You're not necessarily like excited about them, but they happen.
Yeah, you still won.
And I like that Coy always the bright side kind of guy, glass half full. He was like, listen, I'm almost glad that this happened. They got to know the feeling of being up against the ropes.
Yeah.
And not having to, not that they would ever give up, but like that, like.
Yeah, it was so easy just like, oh,
that feeling of being like, oh my God, I'm not in control of this match. Like, that's a scary feeling. So, that was how he was saying, I'm almost glad it happened because it wasn't a decisive victory. They had to fight their way back, and they did.
Yeah.
So there's a lesson to be learned everywhere. So yeah, this was quite a match. Yeah. And we say at this point, what do you want Shazam to do? And people are going to say, I want him to beat the Patriots.
Well, I think the only thing they have to do for the people just finally like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Is at the very least, I think, is to tie that defense record.
Yeah. I mean, time will tell. There's a lot more season to go and apparently a lot more title defenses for the teams.
It's hard. I mean, the only person to have come close to that is Alex Damon. He had 4 straight defenses.
And that was once a year.
That was once a year. But Shazam is there now. They're now the next closest to, if they can defend it one more time, it's like, whoa.
And talking about the once a year, we're talking about that many defenses in 1 year. You got to worry about burnout.
Yeah.
Because when you have to compete, no shade on Alex. It wasn't his decision.
Yeah.
But when you only have to put it up every 6 months, every 12 months, you get a nice cushy break for your brain between matches. Must be nice. So if they're putting up this belt that many times, it's already May.
It's May.
And we're talking about 5 more times or whatever.
Like we're having trouble coming up with number 1 contenders. How are we going to have contenders for 5 more title matches?
That's what I'm excited to see. But that's the thing that worries me is that if you're doing it that many times, and it's shoved into this little amount of time, you just got to take care of yourself and make sure you don't get yourself burned out. So we'll see how it goes. These 2 legends of the game, they've done this a couple times.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt that they know how to manage themselves in an appropriate way. Yeah. But it's still mentally taxing. So insane match. That it was is it okay to say that we knew the outcome? Yeah. I'm glad we knew the outcome before because I don't think my blood pressure would have been through the roof.
Yeah.
And I've been watching this not knowing. But
it was like that after that going into the 3rd round, I was like, oh no. Yeah. And then they wash on the 3rd. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Even knowing the outcome, I was like, oh my God. Nervous.
But that speed was critical because like I said, you get within 5. Yeah. Under 5 points, you avoid the TKO territory. There's a chance. There's always a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. So congratulations again to my guys. To Shazam. That was a hell of a fight. And again, all the credit in the world to one of the best teams to have ever graced the movie True Schmoedown and Corruption. I mean,
heck yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm not worried about them. I know they're going to find their way back.
I think Mike's doing just fine with hardware on his shoulder.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I think he'll be able to rest, sleep at night. Yeah. So after that match, we got a cutscene. We got Saul and Rue talking.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Rue saying that, I heard what happened. I think you did the right thing leaving the den. And then the next thing you know, Papa Daddy Harloff comes in. Big Daddy K-Dog walks in.
K-Dog.
And he says, hey, check it. I need somebody to play Smets in a number one contender match.
Yeah.
Mara Knopic, unavailable.
Yeah. Real life stuff.
Real life stuff. It happens. Couldn't get Robert Parker, saying that he lives out of state. Couldn't get him out here.
Understandable.
Stuff happens. Says that Rue will play Saul. This guy. Right here. How about you just play this goof?
It's a rematch.
Right here.
Rematch of their collision match.
Exactly. So Christian was kind of just saying, hey, listen, how about you play this guy right here as long as he accepts? And Saul was just kind of like, yeah, dog, let's do it.
Yeah, and it's a different kind of Saul, like I was saying, kind of a little bit of a lighter
a little bit less intense.
Yeah.
You know?
Less of that like Den energy like we had last season. It's like, all right, I like it. Let's go.
I feel like I could see somebody like a Saul, which is odd because the Den wasn't like full heel faction last season. But Saul was feeling that kind of energy. So I feel like somebody like Saul might benefit from
loosening up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because
exactly.
I think like you said, like the pressure of the situation might have gotten to him in those matches. Those are high pressure situations. He competed against. It was a number one contender shot.
Exactly.
So
we'll see what happens. So he accepted. So now we go and see Rue with Swag.
Swag, yes.
Playing Saul, a rogue player at this point.
Represented, yep.
And the winner will face a Mr. I don't know if you've heard of him, Kevin the Smasher Smets, for a number one contender match in IG.
Been a hot minute since his last match.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. But oh boy, it's gonna be spicy either way because we haven't seen Kevin play either of these people.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's gonna be nice change of pace.
Absolutely. So this was the this was the note that I didn't write.
Oh yeah.
The Stars did a little walkout. Right?
Did they?
Not the Stars. Swag did a walkout. I don't know. It's been the Stars for a while, and there's the DTA. Don't trust anybody. This time it wasn't the Stars. It was Swag. My bad. Sorry.
Coming out to Paul Yama's awesome theme music. He's got
one of, if not, no, I can't say the best. One of the absolute best themes.
I really vibe with this theme music. It's so good. Take another.
We already had a little quiet moment. Might as well just really lean into it. Swag walks out. You got Winston. You got Klee. You got Rue. You got Oyama.
Collins.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he was wearing his Wile E. Coyote shirt, but yeah. They walk out. Paul Oyama, he's got the mic. And he's like, I got my free-for-all thing.
Yeah.
You know, I could, and he went through all the
titles.
divisions. Yeah. You know, I could do Star Wars. You know, I could do teams. Got my new partner here. So Adam Collins.
We do get a confirmation
Oyama confirmed.
Yeah.
Got a new partner here. He knows what he's doing in singles and teams.
Could you imagine if that were the case? It's like, let's go, Shazam, right back out to for another title match.
That'd be dirty.
Yeah, that'd be real dirty. After a match that they just had.
Speaking of dirty, this Oyama Collins team could be just that.
Yes. Yes.
You talking about, we can't find a number one contender? I think we found one just now. So am I gonna do Star Wars? Am I gonna do teams? Maybe I do IG. But you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cash it in right now. Sam Levine, get that Tokus out here, son. Because he was in the whatever it's called studio already. Get out here, bring that belt. I'm challenging you. Throwing it down right now, my man.
The double overcard.
Oh, yeah.
2 title matches in one night.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what I was saying from the start. It's like, use it on you, man. Just
I would.
I would have. It's like, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I want that singles belt back.
If I were him, the only way I wouldn't would be if I already had the belt that I wanted.
Yeah. Just gift it to somebody else. Yeah.
But then if you lose it, you still got a year to use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Tough situation, but also not because you earned it. Why wouldn't you use it?
No brainer. It's like he's most likely he's going to use it on himself for singles. So Sam Levine, come on out, big boy. He comes out with his belt. Paul Oyama representing Swag. Here we go. Round 1, another 5-rounder, ladies and gents. Round 1. They both got a perfect round 1. Oh God. It's going to be one of those.
Oyama did miss the bonus and Sam got it right. So by the end of round 1, 10-11 in favor of Sam. Round 2, Oyama goes first. He spins Jim Carrey, spins away from Jim Carrey, gets Margot Robbie, goes to multiple choice one time, missed it. It got stolen.
Ooh. Ouch.
Sam goes, he spins SCTV alumni. Still shaky on what that actually means. I know it's Canadians.
Yeah.
I have heard that it's like Canadian SNL.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Those Canadians.
Okay. Sam got a perfect round 2. At the end of round 2, 18-22 in favor of Mr. Levine. Round 3.
Oh boy.
Betting round. Sam spins action adventure, decides to stick with it. They both bet 3. Oyama missed it. Sam got it right.
Oh, man.
The gap now is daunting. 15-25 in favor of Sam. Heading into being down 10 points, heading into a speed round with Sam Levine across the desk. Round 4.
That's a tall task.
Sam got 3. Of course, we got 5 questions. Sam got 3. Paul got 1. They both yielded on 1. By the end of round 4, we find ourselves 16-28 in favor of Sam Levine with a full-on knockout.
Oh my God.
And his second defense? First
defense. First defense of the season.
Was it his first? Yeah.
Yeah.
First defense of the season because he won it first and then
yeah. I can't remember how many total defenses he has. If you want to look that up on the Wikipedia or whatever.
We'll see if I do.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But
wow.
Like if I'm a singles competitor looking up at the mountain that is Sam Levine right now, it's like,
what do you do?
What do you do? The guy has not missed a single question since what?
Like 2018 or 19 or something.
Yeah,
like that?
I think they actually did the stat Frank because Frank did the post-match interview and he said that he has not missed a single question in 69 questions. Hot. So it's like, what do you do if you're a singles competitor? Looking like, because one thing like when he's like, oh, I'm coming back, it's like, oh, well, game, rust be a thing. Apparently not with this guy, because I think, Sam, like when Sam Levine's name come up, it's like, oh, he's in the conversation for greatest of all time. I was like, I mean, yeah, first to get both the teams and singles at the same time, but it's like Dan Murrell was like in a class of his own. Looking at this match and what Sam has done so far, this very early in the season, now it's like, okay, I can totally start putting him in that conversation if he wasn't already there.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, if you are a singles competitor and you're looking up at this mammoth of a mountain that is Sam Levine right now, what do you do?
It's just crazy to think that this is him coming back from not having competed.
And that's my point, because when you stack the two, we had a conversation about this off air, like when you stack the two side by side with Dan Murrell and Sam Levine, it's like, yeah, Dan's defended, he's a 5-time singles champion, defended, I think he said like 7 times.
Crazy.
But then Sam Levine also, I don't know how many defenses he has, but like, 2-time champion. I believe it's like somewhere around 3 to 4 defenses, somewhere around this. So when the numbers stack up, it's like, okay, but I think that the biggest thing that makes me go, whoa, look at when there returns to the game. Dan Murrell stepped away, came back, and got knocked out by Andrew Guy.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, the game kind of little rusty. The game kind of passed him by. He had to catch up to the game, and boy, did Dan Murrell catch up to the game, because
yeah,
goat. Like in my eyes, unarguably the goat, because like look at all the accolades. But then you look at Sam Levine. Sure, he wasn't away from the game, but being away from competition,
it's different. It's a different muscle.
It's a different muscle. He comes back
and just goes, oh, right, that belt's mine.
Straight back to the title, and it defends with a knockout on Paul Oyama, who is a former champion in his own right.
Yeah.
So putting those two things side by side, it's like, whoa. Yikes. Because I think just that alone should catapult Sam up to the top of the conversation for greatest of all time.
Oh, yeah. I really, at this point, especially, I mean, I don't even want to say recency bias because the match just happened. Yeah. But it almost kind of, it's a good conversation to be having, because I feel like if you're talking about all-time GOAT, yeah, I think there are two. I mean, it's hard to dispute Dan Murrell, but there's definitely Sam's like right there.
Yeah, he's right there.
So if depending on how the rest of the season goes, it might be a different conversation. Might have to adjust your opinion. Some people, like we were saying before, there are some people that no matter what you say, you're not going to change their mind. There's probably some people that are just so emotionally attached to the idea of Dan Murrell being a GOAT that they're never going to let it go. But we'll see how the rest of Sam's season shakes out, because this has been an insane start to just coming back.
Yeah, and
cold turkey kind of thing.
Just like, again, transcending Schmoedown, like coming outside of Schmoedown, like what a way to have your Friday go, because the match where you have a knockout title defense is the same day
that you get married to the love of your life, the beautiful, stunning, breathtaking Rachel the Crusher Cushing.
Congratulations to Rachel Cushing and Sam Levine on your wedding day.
They're not watching this, but also a gigantic congratulations to them.
Yeah, because the photos are showing up on my Instagram feed. I'm like, oh, it happened.
You showed me some of the pictures, and I was just like, they're so beautiful.
Yeah, Rachel looked amazing.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Those pictures were beautiful. I don't know. Their photographer, like, wow. The fact that you can give them a turnaround of like,
I think they
must be like a small sample package.
Yeah,
of like,
that's what it is.
Here's some immediate pictures, and I'm going to give you the full package later on.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I worked several years in the wedding business. And I've talked to several photographers. Like, yeah, that's part of the package. You get like a select, like your glory shots.
Right.
Like
some of the top shots.
Yeah, that one of me dipping you in.
I love that picture.
Greatest picture of all time for a wedding. That's one of those. Had we gotten that package,
we need to get that printed out and hung up on the wall somewhere.
We have small.
What's wrong
ones.
with us?
It's small. We need a bigger one though.
Yeah, we have like a 4x5 picture of it. Like we need to get it like a big one or something.
Yeah,
that's great picture.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad our anniversary already passed. We could have posted it or something.
I posted it several times for our anniversary.
Whoops.
But
yeah, no. A big weekend for
Sam Levine. Big weekend for Sam Levine.
That you get a knockout and then you marry a knockout. Am I right, ladies? Got him.
Yeah, so congratulations. I love Sam and Rachel so much.
God, they're such an amazing couple. Yeah, it was heartwarming. I only wish that we lived in California so that we could maybe have sniffed at the opportunity of going.
I'm not jealous at all because like I saw like pictures on PJ's Instagram, the picture of Mike cutting bread awkwardly, and then Mark Ellis creeping the soon, my love, soon.
Yeah. That had to have been an amazing night.
Yeah, I'm not jealous at all that we weren't able to be there.
No FOMO. I'll just live vicariously through pictures.
I could have been the videographer. Yeah, I could have been the wedding gifts. Just
I could have thrown.
Just pay for the just pay for the hotel room. We'll find our way out to the flight, and I'll
Don't even invite me. Just hire me.
Yeah, just hire me
for free. I'll go to that for free. I'll serve. I'll bring food to people's tables. I don't care. I just want to be there. I just want to be a part of the action.
Yeah. I've already said that I'm done with wedding videography, but if the opportunity comes up to where
a Schmoedown,
like good friends say, hey, we need a video. It's like, all right, I'll come out of retirement for that. Yeah,
man. Depends on who it is.
Yeah, because the Deacon's wedding was an awesome one to go out on.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that, but
yeah,
and I'm not jealous of that at all. But yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah.
What a match. What
a match. Devastated for Oyama.
Yeah,
that goes without saying.
I mean, and he had good spirits about it because like in the interview, he was like, I think I'm the only person to have been knocked
Frankie,
out of.
You're a numbers guy, right?
Yeah, knocked out of 2 title matches. I mean, that's rough. I mean, when like we said, like going into that speed down that much, what are you gonna do?
And you're staring at Sam Levine.
Sam Levine is king of speed of buzzers. Yeah. I don't care who you're going up against. Like you better be, if you're at a title shot against Sam Levine, you better. All you've been doing has been practicing the buzzer.
Can you imagine if Sam Levine was in that Shazam match against Bibiani playing the way he played? I think the studio would have combusted.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's aggressive as Bibiani was, and as just
how sharp
Sam is. Like that would have, I think the world would have.
They would have. It's like the buzzers have been like, I don't know.
I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
They both hit at the same time. I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, Oyama's got the drive.
He does.
Goes without saying. It's a devastating blow.
Yeah,
it's gonna be. There's gonna be a time where he's. I mean, I could be talking on my butt here, but there might be a little time where he's just kind of licking his wounds. Like, yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
But I have no doubt, at least I'm hoping that I'm right, and that I have no doubt that he's going to be like, no, didn't like that. So
with a partner like Adam Collins, you can just get right back at it.
Exactly. And he has yet to hold the team's belt. He's already held the singles belt. Not that that's like, oh, it's a mountain I've climbed, I don't care about it anymore. However, to be able to scale another mountain that you have not yet, that's another big deal too.
It's another thing that you want to go for.
Exactly. And Paul's a great guy. Like we've been lucky enough to hang out with him a couple times. Wonderful guy. So I'm excited to see him get back into the ring. I don't know. Like we have always said, some days just are bad days, and this was one of them for him.
And it really just came down to that betting round. If he would have gotten it, who knows? Exactly. It would have been a closer, tighter match.
Much different of a game, probably. I mean, Sam was playing on fire.
Yeah.
Not missing any questions. Like you said, who knows what would have happened in round 5?
Yeah.
And we'll never know. But I'm excited to see Paul get back out there. I'm excited even more so now to see what's next for Sam. Who's gonna have a big enough pair to try to go against that guy.
Like I said, if you are a singles competitor, you're staring up like what that's who I gotta face.
Exactly.
If you want the title, that's who you gotta face.
We're coming up on the free-for-all.
Yeah.
The winner of that automatic title shot. Who knows if somebody's just going to be like, I'm impatient. Sam, get out here again.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what the MVP's prize is from the free for all as well. But yeah, it's kind of like a what's next for Sam. Is it winner of the free for all, jumping a gun, going, let's do it? Or is it some kind of a little gauntlet, some kind of a tournament? Who knows? But I'm excited to see Sam's next opponent with the way he's been playing.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and get into the free for all because we didn't run as long as I thought we were in the first two. But it'll be a longer episode than normal. So because I don't want to split up into 2 episodes and have to like record because I have a shoot on. If we were to record this the next day, I have a shoot the very next day.
You do?
Yeah.
What day?
Tuesday.
Did I know that?
Yes, it's on the calendar.
I'm sure it is.
I don't have to mess with taking and breaking down setups.
I'm sure it is.
So,
but we did have a cutscene after that Friday Night Titans. We had Ben Bateman and Kate, Miss Kate, the Den, talking about, Ben's talking to Kate. I heard what happened with Saul. And Kate's all like, yeah, man, it's crazy. And Ben's like, you know what? I was talking to Guy. And, he got me thinking about some stuff and the way the Den is kind of the direction we're going in. And he was kind of got me thinking about like lifting up new talent and cultivating that new talent and blah, blah, blah. And I just, I'm thinking about maybe a different direction for the Den.
Yeah.
And
build up the talent in the Schmoedown, make the Schmoedown better by, lifting up people. And
exactly. Which is great for the longevity of the show.
Yeah.
Building up new talent, cultivating that, drive. And Kate was like, yeah, man, I brought you onto this team for a reason. You're my compass. Wherever you go, I will follow you. I'm like, wow, that was poetic. But so he's talking about a new direction for I almost just said dungeon, for the Den. Yeah. So time will tell what that means. Heading into the free-for-all. If you haven't watched it and you don't want to know what happens, then what are you doing?
Mute us. Keep watching.
Or whatever. So I don't remember what we did for this last year. But we're going to do it live.
Yeah.
All right?
Because I was like, I'm going to go back to see how we covered it last time.
Did we?
Nope. Had other things to do. We had this month is, like we said many times in other shows.
May is wild for us.
May is going to be wild for us. So apologies. And I do remember yeah, that's something we have to talk about, like how we're going to handle when we're away for celebration, how we're going to handle Beyond.
We'll figure it out, baby.
We'll figure it out. We're not going to record while we're when we go to celebration, we're
having fun.
We're having fun.
Relaxing.
Vacation. It will be our vacation.
God willing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Heading into free-for-all. This free-for-all, by the way, went about 25 rounds deep. All right?
Yeah. So let's just gloss through and like notable entrances because there are a couple of notable things that happened.
Oh yeah, that's for damn sure.
Like
so
competitor wise,
free for all round 1. It's always fun to talk about, and everybody always talks about the number 1. Whoever picks number 1 sucks for them, huh? But really,
1 through 5.
You're right. Yeah. But also 1 through 5 because they're all in that first round.
Yeah.
And if they want to go to the end, they're going to have to go from the first table all the way through the end. So really, it's 1 through 5 are the numbers that it's like, oh no. So just for fun, what a first table.
Yeah.
We had number 1, Sam Levine.
Straight off his title defense.
Number 2, William the Beast Bibiani. Might as well be number 1, right?
He had two last year, too.
Number 3, Primetime State Clocks, Paul Oyama. Number 4, Eric the Database Eric Chan. Number 5, the Barbarian.
What a first table.
You know what? Well, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
So round 1, Oyama had a perfect round, got all 5 questions. Barbarian got eliminated. You know, Sam squeaking by with 2 points. But you know what? If you survive, you survive.
Yeah.
Round 2. I mean, I don't have to go. I mean,
you can just like who gets eliminated and
round 2, somebody from the FCL comes in and they call him the Survivor. He had a pretty wacky outfit, a lot of face paint, some tassels, I think.
Because it's the play on the Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior from WWF days. The Ultimate Warrior. No?
Nope. Don't know who that is.
Really? Wow.
No. Anyways, he came in, got knocked out in the same round. Everybody else got 4 points. The Survivor got knocked out. Round 3, Liz Shannon Miller comes in. 3 whole people got eliminated.
Oof.
Bibbs, Eric, Liz Shannon Miller.
Man.
Round 4, Amaru and Adam Witt and Chance Ellison joined us. Oyama and Chance got eliminated. Round 5, Saul joined the dance. Brendan Meyer joined the dance. Sam and Adam Witt got eliminated. Round 6, I thought it was a funny moment that I took a note of. There was a question where the answer was Jupiter ascending and JTE wrote Jupiter descending. Very funny.
Oh, I mean, come on. That movie was not my favorite.
So yeah, JTE joined the round. Kaiser joined as
and
well.
He did good.
He did decent.
Yeah.
He got knocked out in the same round, but he did well.
Yeah.
Better than I would have done.
But he did well enough to knock JTE out, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
he
and
took him out with him.
His last answer, he didn't know. So instead he wrote JTE smells like pee.
He didn't take JTE out. Never mind. It was just him. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. JTE smells like pee.
Hilarious. Hilarious. I love that like kindergarten humor.
Yeah.
Round 7, Janine the Machine joined. JTE and Janine both got knocked out. Round 8, Travis Fishburne, the FCL current reigning champ, joins us, as well as Jacoby Bancroft, who came out with a regular belt. Very funny. I do have to note that we watched at least the first half of the free-for-all with my parents.
Yeah.
And
they enjoyed the free-for-all.
They did. And they were playing along. My dad was getting questions right and like feeling real good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like there's nothing like the atmosphere of free-for-all is different for both viewers and competitors. Cause like same thing you expect to like, oh, get everything right. It's like, no, he was missing here and there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a different mindset of like competing because it's not the actual structure of the Schmoedown. So you don't have to work like your head's different. Yeah. And for competitors, I think if you're going to introduce somebody to the Schmoedown, I've said it several times, play a free for all. Like show them the free for all. It's fun. You get introduced to all the talent and their attitudes, and you get to, and the questions aren't so like whoa, like this obscure movie that nobody's ever seen. It's gettable questions. Your dad got a few, and you know
he did.
Yeah.
Anytime a Rat Pack came up, my mom was like, "Yeah, give me that Rat Pack question," and she would get them right. So, but also Travis Fishburne came out and he had his FCL belt, and then Jacoby came out and he had his regular, what do you say, Old Navy belt or whatever he said it was from.
Old Navy.
And he like had it on his shoulder, laid it across the podium. My mom thought he was hilarious. So he's got the thumbs up from my parents. I thought he was very funny. Unfortunately, he got knocked out. Saul and Jacoby got knocked out of that round. Heading into round 9, we have Stacey Howard joining us, as well as Adam Collins. Unfortunately, Amaru and Brendan Meyer got knocked out of that round.
Amaru and Saul did, especially Amaru, did very well for IT players. Like they stayed in there for quite a long
6 rounds for Amaru.
I would have lasted not even like I would have walked out and then immediately exited because like no, you're not gonna get any of these, dummy. Sort of deal. Like
5 rounds for Saul. Yeah, did very well.
Very well.
At one point, they were the only 2 guys standing. They were like, "Oh, the 2 IG guys, okay."
Yeah.
Round 9, I think I said Rue and Brendan got knocked out. Round 10, Shannon Barney joins us. She comes out. She looks like she's like shotgunning a Coors Light. She's definitely a different Shannon than we're used to seeing. And I'm wondering, were we a little intoxicated? I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean,
I wasn't there.
Like, and then clear transparency, they did mention at the top of the show, like,
they did. Very transparent.
Everybody's wearing masks. And to be completely honest, somebody tested positive for COVID. And there's like, we have to, like, everybody still wanted to compete. So everybody that did still want to compete. Right. We had to, everything got sanitized. Everybody's wearing masks. And
for everybody to feel safe and stay safe.
You can still play. So I'm like, there are probably people that dipped and they needed somebody to fill in.
Maybe.
So.
But it was such a joy to see Shannon come out there in just a completely different Shannon that we're used to seeing.
That everybody else. We've seen her in this attitude before.
A couple times, which I'm just elated that we've had that.
We're blessed.
Honor.
We're honored enough to be blessed with this kind of Shannon.
I love Shannon. But yeah, I remember one of the first things I ever said to Shannon, and I doubt she remembers it.
I think she might.
No. Wait.
The first time we met her.
Which came first?
Orlando
Which came first? Orlando
event.
Okay. Okay, no. So yeah. Okay, no. I'm wrong. We definitely hung out with her and Mike in Orlando. But I didn't know if she remembered me by the time the award show happened in the draft. Yeah. Because at the following December, January award show and draft, she was on stage. She had just done her draft or whatever, and she was wearing like a black outfit, whatever.
It was a dark blue.
I don't remember. It was dark. Yeah. And I just remember she was still standing on the stage. I think Mike was walking over to her or whatever, and I was like, I doubt she's gonna really remember me. But I walked straight up to her and I just go, "You look hot as hell," and she was like, "Thank you." And that was like the end of our interaction that night. Call a spade, you know what I'm saying? If it's true, it's true. And you just, ladies, upholding other ladies, So, and she did. But anyways, Shannon joined us and Whitney Seibold, the beauty himself. Shannon got knocked out. Unfortunately, she did get a question right. She got dinosaurs in the land before time.
Dinosaurs, yeah.
Dinosaur DNA. Round 11, Ben Bateman joins us.
Ooh.
In that round, Stacey Howard got knocked out. Round 12, high time, Doug Benson joins
the party.
He gets knocked out. Round 13, Alex the Melody Marzonia joins us.
Ooh, yeah. Follow him on TikTok. He's got some really good stuff on TikTok.
Yeah, he's really talented. A very, very important pivotal round 13. A certain Ben the Boss Bateman cleared the table.
This is the only table clearing I think we see
only table clearing
at this event.
In this whole event. And it was Ben. And the crazy thing is he cleared the table on a miss. Right? Yeah. That's the craziest part of it all. Yeah. So yeah, he cleared the table. And round 14, another great moment is that he goes, okay, well, I just cleared the table. Let me upgrade myself. Give me my gigantic whiteboard. So he upgrades. Now he has his tremendous whiteboard. Round 14, a huge, historic, heartwarming return from Mark the Android.
And Draco is back in the movie of Trivia Schmoedown.
So glad the cat's out of the bag. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe Christian actually confirmed this isn't just today. This isn't just a free-for-all.
He's going to be in regular competition.
The Android is back, baby. Woo. So we got Mark and Draco here, back. Now we've got him standing right next to Ben Bateman, two historic table clearers. Video Drew also joined the dance. Dan Merle. Oh my God. And Mike Kalinowski. What a table. You clear the table and then we just bring in a bunch of legends. No
feel sorry for Drew. Like she's like, I'm here too.
I'm also here, guys. Another hilarious moment for Ben Bateman.
Oh yeah.
There was an answer. The answer was 8 seconds, and Mark Andrico goes, about how long it takes Ben Bateman to finish. 8 seconds. And the look on Ben's face.
Wait, somebody, Justin Square needs to get up on
this. Justin Square, if you're watching, I kid you not, I paused the video on that Mark holding out his 8 seconds answer, and Ben just like, and I went, Justin, I can almost close to guarantee you will be doing a caption this on the screen. And if he doesn't, my world is going to crumble around.
Pretty sure that's going to be the thumbnail for this video.
So that was a funny moment. Video Drew got knocked out of that round. Going into round 15, Peggy Gubbins joined us.
Ooh.
For the first time this season. Mike Kalinowski got eliminated. Heading into round 16, Slick Nick Harley joins us with his attitude.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Christian. Mark.
What'd I do?
None of us are really sure what Mark did. Even Mark's not sure.
Yeah.
But it's fun. So out of that round, Miss Gubbins, PG, Peggy Gubbins, got eliminated. Round 17, Kevin Smets joins the fight.
Ooh.
What a fun little surprise. Yeah. Unfortunately, he got knocked out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but it's okay. If they ask IG questions, we all know what would have happened.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Smets got knocked out, but that's okay. He's still the best. Round 18.
One of his answers was, don't tell Harry. It's like, at least he's on brand.
Yeah. Round 18, THE, Paul Preston joins us.
Paul Preston.
In this round, both Mark the Android and Draco and Ben Bateman got knocked out.
Ooh, rough.
Round 19, Miss Clee Wiggins and the Boston Badass Paige for Betty join us. Ooh. Clee Wiggins got knocked out of that round. Round 20, Ty Lieberman, the tyrant. Ooh. Ty Lieberman. It's just a fun breath of fresh air to see him come into the room, you know? Mm-hmm. He's just a lot of fun. Paige got eliminated that round. Round 20. Round 21. The greatest.
Oh, yeah, the greatest announcer. Yes.
3-in-1 Schmoedown player to ever grace the big stage. Rick the Rager Radis. 3R, R cubed, Ricky Rage. Yes.
He comes out in the bathrobe, turns around. It's like, what, he's going to flash everybody? Drops it, wearing another silk bathrobe.
Well, it was the important one that had his name embroidered on the back. So, you know, how many robes is this guy wearing? Yeah, he got eliminated, but you know, it is what it is. He's still the greatest 3-in-1 player of all time.
It is what it is, Daddy-O.
It is what it is, Daddy-O. So in that round, Ty Lieberman, Rick Radis, and Nick Harley all got eliminated. Round 22. We have Winston Marshall joining us. We also have Marisol McKee joining us. We also have, that's right, a surprise entrance from none other than the pit boss, Ken Napzok.
I love that he introduces himself.
Oh my God.
So good.
I was yelling at the TV when that happened. It was I love Ken.
I cannot wait to see Ken at Celebration. If we lock eyes across the showroom floor, I'm just gonna yell, Kenny boy!
Hell yeah!
Come over here!
Get over here!
Get over here!
Give me a big old bear hug, buddy boy.
He's gonna hug you before he hugs me.
Oh, Ken, he's so good. Winston got eliminated.
Yeah.
Round 23. Chandru Dandapani joins us. You know, dancing, making people uncomfortable with his gyrations on the floor.
Yeah.
Thought it was hilarious.
We had desk humping and then we had floor humping.
Schmoedown's got it all, baby. Tune in every Friday, Friday Night Titans.
No.
In that round, Chandru, Dan Murrell, and Ken Napzok all get eliminated. All of a sudden, we're down to just our two finalists.
Yeah.
We have number 32 and number 38. Number 32, Paul Preston, going up against number 38, Marisol McKee, in round 24. Mm-hmm. They both got 4, and they both have missed, I think, the very last one. So now we're heading into sudden death. Not sure why that's different than just, because the rules are a little different. You have to get 2 in a row, right? Or something like that. Mm-hmm. I forget the rules. You've seen it. You've all seen it. You understand.
It's different. Like we said, it's different than regular play. So you gotta bend the rules a little bit.
Initially, I thought it was first one to miss, but there was slightly different. You watch the match. I'm not going to explain it because I don't.
Watch the hour-long free-for-all.
Watch the 4-hour-long event. Sudden death round. Marisol and Paul both get the first question. Paul misses the second question. Marisol gets it. So now we're in the territory of, okay, if Marisol gets the next one or Paul misses it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Marisol did get the third question right. Paul did as well. However, because Marisol got those 2 in a row with a miss from Preston, Miss Marisol, Lady Justice Marisol McKee, who looked adorable, by the way. I mean, she wasn't in her typical Lady Justice. I mean,
the half shoulder
shirt. You can't walk out with your with your eye covers on be weird, but like she looked adorable. Marisol McKee takes home a free-for-all win
man.
and an automatic title shot. So that's what we were saying.
Like, what did she do?
What she said in the post-match interview was, I mean, yeah, do I want to get that thing back from Sam? Absolutely. But she's already got a shorter path.
Win one match and go right to a title shot.
Because I imagine if she was like, well, I want to get right back in there, Sam, get out here. Does that mean that your number one contender still stands for some point in the future? Maybe not.
Maybe not. I think
maybe this free-for-all match would supersede your already short path. I don't know. That's a Christian question.
Yeah.
But she's right. She already has a path.
Yeah. I'd say save it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You make it back to the belt. Maybe you win it off of Sam again.
If I were her, I would absolutely be saving it.
And then you save it to maybe I didn't defend. All right, well, rubber match. I have it in my pocket. Let's go.
Exactly.
You can do it. Can you imagine? Just go on this journey with me.
Take a ride with me.
Take a ride with me. Say she does, get through that number one contender match, wins the belt back, goes up against whoever is next, loses it, and they're no.
Not today.
Turn it around. Let's do it. Run it again. The same day.
Turn the beat around.
And do it again.
Stefan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Gloria Stefan.
I don't know.
Love to hear percussion. I think so.
But could you imagine? Because
Crazy.
that's how Sam Levine challenged Dan Murrell after that triple threat against Riley and Roca.
Why?
He won
do you
it?
Remember?
That was a big match because it was I think it was at a collision. Is it a collision? It wasn't as spectacular. It was a big event. It was a triple threat between Murrell, Roca, and Riley. Riley was the singles champion at the time. Murrell wins it. Sam comes out right after the match and is like, so I have this free-for-all win.
Let's throw it down, bro.
Let's go.
Wow.
Murrell immediately comes right back out and has to play another title match. So could you imagine if something like that happens with Marisol?
That'd be wild.
I would love to see that.
So yeah, no, if I were her, and I'm sure she's already well aware of what she knows she wants to do, I'd be hanging on to it. You've already got a short
Just have a little security blanket in your back pocket.
Yeah, you've already got your 2 defenses, which gave you a number one contender match. So we already know that that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
So she's already got that in her back pocket. So because of the 2 defenses. So it's a good thing. I wouldn't be using it if I were her.
No, I'd be holding on to it.
I'd be holding on to it. And you never know what's going to happen in teams.
You have until next free for all to use it.
Exactly. You got a whole ass year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to bleep that out. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, holding on to it for sure. So now at the beginning of the free for all, they were all like, whoever's the MVP will let you know what they win.
And yeah, because last year was different. It was like an extra point for the faction.
I forget what it was. Yeah,
it was weird.
I don't remember.
Because like the way the season was set up and you had to spread your roster out throughout the event. And it was like, it was weird.
Yeah.
So.
But this year. I
think it went back to the original thing.
Oh, what a shock. Dangerous Dan Murrell. Well, I think I went back. Hold on.
Yeah, he went through I
think he was in let's see.
15 rounds or something like that?
No, I don't think it was that many. Murrell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds.
10 rounds. I think it was also...
I think that might have been the most out of anybody.
Yeah, it was 10 rounds and then so many points, consecutive points and how many he made. So it's yeah. Yeah,
because it's not necessarily always who lasted the most rounds or whatever. It's kind of a holistic
encompassing,
view.
Yeah.
but it also helps that he lasted the most rounds.
Yeah, if you cleared tables or something like that.
Yeah.
So...
I think he lasted the most amount of rounds as well, which is definitely a feather in the cap. So Dan Murrell got the MVP, and the prize for that is a guaranteed number one contender match that must be used this season.
Yeah.
So what is this? The first time we're seeing Dan this season, right?
Yes.
And I know a lot of people were kind of like, where's Dan Murrell? Oh my God. Sam's running around. Where's Dan? Because some people are like, well, the only mountain left for Sam to climb is Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
Dan Murrell seems to be back, baby. So will Dan try to reclaim the singles belt?
Does he
find a teammate and try to get a team's belt?
Here's the thing, because we're all waiting to see who's going to go against Marisol. Does Dan just use it? It's like, I'm impatient. Let's go. It goes up against Marisol.
Maybe.
You could do that. He also teased the IG thing where he's like, maybe I just take a little time, study up on IG, and then go straight to number one contender match.
That is such a ballin' thing to say, because if he means that, Can you imagine never having competed
in IG,
and then you go straight into a number one contender match? If there's anybody that I would trust to do it, it would probably be Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
It's just crazy that we've never seen him play an IG match, so we don't really have a feel for his breadth of knowledge in that division.
And who knows? Maybe he's just like, hey, let me get an IG match, see how it feels. And it's like, okay, let me catch that number one contender shot and just go straight to a number one contender match.
For all we know, he's just been watching them all, playing along and being like, yeah, I feel great.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a certain possibility. Like Dan Murrell's, like I said, if it was anybody else, like, because like Paul Ilian was like, oh, I'm a bigger Star Wars fan than people think. It's like,
the Star Wars division is also ridiculous.
It's for crazy people. Who would ever want to compete in the Star Wars division?
I literally never thought I would do this to myself, but here we are.
Yeah.
So
but like
you gotta be a special kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to pick my words carefully. You gotta really like to torture yourself.
Yeah, to compete in the Star Wars division. Yeah, but like you said, if there's anybody else. Like, you know, if you're going to trust somebody who's like, yeah, I'm going to try to just go straight to number one contender shot in IG.
Probably going to be Dan Murrell.
When the words are coming out of Dan Murrell's mouth, it's like, yeah, all right, that seems fair.
I mean, right. I mean, first of all, it's Dan Murrell. Second of all, his girlfriend is none other than the former IG champ Mara Knoppik.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and imagine he's helped her study up many a time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and imagine he's watched all the movies with her.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I mean, for all we know, he could step right in,
and that's the last division. Then, like, you know, other than Star Wars, and like, you know, there's like we said, it takes a special person to jump into Star Wars like cold turkey. But like,
I feel like Mike might be the closest person.
If there were two people that I think would have been able to do it, Mike Kalinowski and Rachel Cushing. Yeah. I said it to Rachel. I'm like, you probably could have swung in Star Wars if you would.
She's humble, of course. Like, no, it's like, no, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I really think she like because I've had it. I told her several times, like she was like for the longest time, Rachel was like the best of all time in my eyes. Like there's nobody else to have competed for a title in all three divisions minus the Star Wars division.
Yeah.
If she would have just jumped into Star Wars, got a couple of wins, like, all right, there's your greatest to do it. To get wins in all four divisions.
Could you imagine?
That would have been so great to have her in the division. But anyways,
so yeah, now we got Marisol. She's running around out here with a short pass to the title, to the singles title. And a guaranteed title match. She's sitting pretty and is pretty. And then now you have Dan Murrell, who has a guaranteed number one contender match that must be used this season. I'm assuming Marisol's got a year. Never mind.
Yeah.
Different terms. So yeah, this was a fun free-for-all. The fact that we got Mark Andreyko back into the mix.
That's fun.
And the question is there for him now. What happens with Mark Andreyko? Is he want to do singles? Does he want to do teams? Is he going to play rogue? Is he going to get picked up by somebody?
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Lots of factions have spots open.
That's right.
So it becomes a matter. And Jeff Snyder, he could have made a surprise return, didn't.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're getting the odd couple back together at any time sooner. At least it seems.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Jeff's situation is.
I mean, Mark Andreyko has proven himself to be a fantastic teams player. In addition to being a fantastic singles player, it would kind of be a shame to have him running around without a teammate. So we'll see what happens. Whether he plays rogue, whether he gets picked up, we'll see. I'm just glad that he's back because he's just a fun, bright personality to have around.
Yeah, and he's so terrifying competitor. So
absolutely, and it's so seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really excited to have him back in the game. Fun to see Stacey Howard again. What were some what do you think was the most surprising?
Most surprised, other than Mark Andreyko making a return, I love the Ken moment. That was one of those moments where it's just like, yeah, this is what the free for all is all about.
Never thought he would do that.
Yeah, and he does. I continue to forget that like Ken was teammates with Rachel Cushing, and they were a decent team.
And the best part about Ken's self-introduction and self-entrance is he did the thing he used to do in the days of old, where he had all of his like convention lanyards on.
Yeah.
And then he did his like pit boss pose. Like it was just.
And then there was the one because the music started playing. It's like from he said the
Force Center podcast.
Force Center podcast. Like
I'm like Joseph Scrimshaw.
What? And it's like then it's like he walks in and he's wearing something. I'm like, Kenny boy.
Yeah, we both were like Scrimshaw. So he definitely hoodwinked and bamboozled us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great
that's what I'm saying. You don't get moments like that other than free for all.
Yeah.
Because like you can have people that won't really do much. They're not going to win, but we put them in there and they come out just because they want to have a good time.
Yeah.
Have an awesome moment for the fans. Kevin Smets coming out was good to see. He had a really heartfelt moment with Mark Ellis. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, he was wearing his Mark Ellis hoodie.
Yeah.
Shannon was fun.
Yeah.
I think I would have done equally as good, if not less.
Yeah.
Because I think she got one question. I think it was the Land Before Time dinosaur. I got that one.
Yeah.
It was the only one I got that round. Mm-hmm. So on par.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other people that came out. Those are the things. Those are the ones that pop out to me.
We just hadn't seen Stacey Howard in a while.
Yeah.
Doug Benson was fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a chill, fun, high.
Chandru being Chandru when he's like, oh, I eliminated Dan Murrell. It's like,
did you?
It's like, well, you're along with But yeah, I'm saying and people will always look at this stuff of oh, you expect Sam Levine to go perfect and all. It's and Murrell says much in the post-match interview. It's the free for all is such a unique beast. It's all of the chance and the luck of what questions you're getting that round.
Yeah, you got 5 chances, 5 questions to hope you don't get knocked out.
Yeah, and there were a couple of rounds where Sam only got 2 right.
Exactly.
He missed 3 in a row. I'm like, whoa, what?
The very first round, I think he got 2.
You just came off of this perfect game where you dominated in the singles title match.
Yeah.
And it's well, that's weird.
So now I wonder because you know how if you debut in a free for all, it doesn't really count as a debut.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if free for all counts as an exhibition.
To an extent.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Because I know everybody's been Sam Levine hasn't missed a question since 2018 or 19 or whatever. Does this count?
I think it might.
Know. I assume it would.
Yeah.
Keeping the streak alive or not. But, and also on that note, I also thought it was funny that people were Sam hasn't missed a question since whatever, playing a perfect game. And then there, of course, there were people I did see in the chat. When we did peek at chat for every so often we just peek in, go, yep, never mind, we're good, and we leave.
Mm-hmm.
But when we did poke our heads in for a second, it was towards the end of the match, and there was a couple people that were did Sam really play a perfect game against Oyama? He did yield on a speed round question, so he left a point on the table. My question to you is, did he miss it? Did he miss it?
You can't miss a shot you don't take.
It would be the same as if Paul had picked that point up.
Yeah.
Did Sam miss it? No. So yes, he played a perfect game.
Yeah, I mean his PPE's
his accuracy is 100%. Yeah, his PPE might have suffered for that one question.
Yeah.
But did he miss it? No. So yeah, he played a perfect game.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought it was funny that people were well, did he?
No, he did.
Yeah, he did, actually.
He did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know how difficult it is
to not miss a single question?
And to keep that up for multiple matches?
Yeah.
Insane. But there's always going to be, nitpicking.
Yeah,
but
and also,
I just thought it was funny.
And also on that fact, I think it's good that he performed the way he did at Free For All, because now it's not because we both know that
looming.
That's that thing that looms over your head. Your last season, when is the loss coming? When is it happening? All that nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's now you don't have that sitting over your head oh boy.
Yeah, that's a yucky feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, the Adam Collins effect of when. Oh my God, when's it finally going to happen? It looms.
Yeah, that was the feeling I had that both me and Alex had after the rubber match. It's oh well, we didn't go perfect, so now we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Exactly. So. It looms. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
And like we've said a million times before, it comes for everybody.
Mm-hmm. So,
nobody stays perfect forever. Nobody maintains 100% accuracy forever. It comes for everybody.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, maybe it is kind of a relief for him, because after his Oyama match, he was yeah, I'm sure that first miss is going to feel like death, I think is what he said. Mm-hmm. And it's well, at least.
Yeah, the very next day you missed several. So
at least it's over and done with.
Yeah. So now you can just relax and play the game.
But I thought that was funny. It's did he play a perfect game? Yeah, he did actually. Did he miss a question? No. So I guess he played a perfect game. The only thing that I could see somebody saying would tarnish a perfect game would be checking down to multiple choice.
I mean,
but even then, using our same logic, he still didn't miss a question.
He still didn't miss a question.
It just affects your PPE.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if those are two different arguments. You didn't, in both situations, you didn't miss a question still.
Mm-hmm.
He pitched a perfect game.
Yeah.
Yes. That's really the bottom line. That's what I'm trying to say is yes, he played a perfect game. But after the free-for-all, we had a cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a continuation from the Den drama. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Ben Bateman and Miss Kate, the Den mother herself, they happen upon Miss Peggy Gubbins, a former Den member, but got ousted during the whole spectacular fiasco.
Yeah.
Kate apologized for what happened to Spectacular, for like, basically kicking everybody out more or less. And Ben told her, like what he was telling Kate before, like, I want to elevate other players. Kind of an odd pitch that they gave her. We talked about it a lot. Kind of an odd pitch.
Yeah. So they're going to be a team.
Yeah,
but
Kate
first...
says that they want Peggy to partner with Bateman, but then Bateman said first what they're going to do is they're going to have a teams match where Bateman has a partner.
It's a patron, apparently.
A patron of his.
Yeah.
Peggy finds a partner, somebody who would be nice to maybe elevate, and they're going to play a match. Then after that, they'll team up.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who wins.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Odd.
It's...
I
mean, I think I get what Bateman's doing. He's kind of like, like we want to build the hype behind you teaming up with me. So let's just like see what we do against each other, build you up and see like, look how good she does against me.
Right.
It's type of situation. But it's like, why not just team up and do it? I don't know.
It's odd to have it's odd to be like, we want you to team up, but first you're not going to team up.
Yeah.
You're going to face each other. Odd.
I don't know, but
something's weird, but they said that they want her to team up with Ben. So maybe it's the kind of thing where in either outcome, if Peggy and her partner win, then it's like, wow, look at how well she did. Actually, let's team up and bring you back into the den. If Ben and his partner win, then it could be like, but she did a good job. Let me take her under my wing.
Yeah.
Come back to
build
the den.
her up. Yeah.
So I guess it's a win-win for the den in either situation.
Yeah, it is a weird circumstances, but it's like, I get what he's doing.
I had to go back and watch it like a second time because I'm like, you're going to team up, but you're going to play each other with other partners. Yeah. But okay, so that's the deal. They're going to find other partners, other people to get exposure and build them up. And then the plan is afterward to team up.
I think that's what it is.
Bring her back into the den.
Instead of teaming up and beating down on people that they want to bring in and build up, put them with each other, build up the talent, and then it's like, all right, cool. Maybe those people will team up, and then Ben and Peggy will team up. So I think that's what they're doing. But I'm looking forward to seeing who they get, because we have no idea who they're teaming up with. So
are they going to be personalities we've seen before?
Yeah.
Are they going to be brand new rookies?
I imagine they're going to be both new talent, because like I said, build up new talent. So.
I mean, that's the pitch. So we'll see what happens. An interesting proposal. So
I think that's this coming week.
I assume because it's being built up. So
Yeah.
I assume so. Because I imagine this week we're getting Rusal. And maybe we're getting this teams match as an
this
undercard.
Will be the undercard. I
don't know. Time will tell. But yeah, it's a weird pitch. So I'm invested to see what happens.
We'll see how it shakes out. I mean, the den seems to be shifting in tone,
which is odd because they just went heel and now they're like, hey, actually, let's be cool. So
just pump the brakes a bit.
Odd, but
we never thought Shannon would make the turn that she did. So it's
we've seen twists and turns already. So we'll see what happens with this one. So yeah, huge. That was like absolutely the biggest weekend of the Schmoedown thus far this year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was really looking forward to the free for all. I always love watching free for all. I always love because I remember the last live one when it was in the Globe with the infamous when Bibiani went all the way to the end.
Right.
We showed that to our friends while they were over, and they were playing along. We really got them into it. So
I can't believe that we didn't mention that Shazam had an entrance.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry guys.
Shazam. For the Shazam corruption match, they came out like nothing was wrong. Just a normal entrance. They get behind the table, get ready to compete. Next thing you know, camera jerks back to the curtain. Shazam comes out. Other Shazam. And they have like flamethrower Nerf guns. And they're like, get them or whatever. Yeah. And then they just torch other Shazam. And they're like, oh God, all right, we finally took care of that. They've been doing that all week. What a fun entrance.
Yeah.
So it's so quintessential Shazam.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to see. No doubt that was Bibiani's, doing.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
That's the way I think that's
an entrance.
That's the way that we've been, because Mercs. That's every time we all we're in our DMs with hey, we have a match coming up. Who wants to do a crazy entrance? So,
was there an award for entrance of the year last year?
I don't think there was,
because mostly digital or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll actually get back to that this year, since we're save for the Star Wars division, it's going to be.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Star Wars, if you're not a patron, but you've been on the fence or whatever, there is a Star Wars exhibition match that is available for patrons right now. It was
TV and the Ewok movies.
TV and the Ewok movies for the Star Wars world. And it's Sean the Saint. I almost said Sully. Sean the Saint Sullivan versus Adam.
He called him the Laser Sword Wit.
The Razor Sword?
Laser Sword for Wit. This match. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a fun match. It was a fun. It was definitely a detour from what you've been used to seeing in Star Wars matches. It was fun. It was lighthearted. So it just depends on what you're after. You know,
it is going to be weird because I don't know how because it's coming up. This week is May the 4th, and we are getting patrons at least are getting a Star Wars match.
That's right.
So I don't know if we're going to be able to cover those. Because it is exclusive to patrons, and I don't want to like alienate the people that aren't.
Right.
So
we'll have to figure that out.
I don't know if we might have to make a couple calls.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to be giving away things when we want to encourage people to watch them.
Exactly.
And become a part of the patron. So
yeah.
It's just another one of those things that we have to kind of course correct. So I don't know if we'll be able to cover those.
We'll see. We're going to talk to some people.
Yeah, it is a shame that, Star Wars competitors,
it'd be hard not to talk about.
Yeah, I want to talk about them.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure that out.
We'll see.
We'll see what
let
happens.
You know. We'll check back in next week. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff happening.
That was a great weekend. It was a great weekend for the Schmoedown. So
hell yeah.
So we'll go ahead and wrap this extra long episode. I'm glad we did it this way. I didn't want to do another episode tomorrow.
Word.
So Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Ooh, Twitter. You can find me at Twitter at Dimmy DIMMMYYY.
As for me, Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta. On TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. You listen to this on audio form. Please follow the feed and rate us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Oh no, use my middle finger to point to my board. Like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right hand corner. See when we do things on the YouTube,
which is of course Radcast every Friday. Almost.
Well, don't
sometimes on Friday.
Lock us in. Write a check we can't cash.
Sometimes on Fridays. But then also we are still on our continuous road to Star Wars Celebration. So going rogue. Another episode this Wednesday. I have another TikTok friend. I believe that's what's airing this week. Yes, another TikTok friend, if you're familiar from another big one. Darth Chaco will be joining me on this next episode of Going Rogue. Really fun conversation with him. And also go back and watch the other ones. A lot of what? Shut up. I know what you're gonna say. Shut up. My voice cracked for some reason.
No, I'm just thinking about your radio voice.
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, go back and watch this. We're getting a lot of great traction on those episodes. I think after this series, we might think about bringing Going Rogue back because it seems to be.
I know a little bit more about Star Wars now.
I do enjoy talking about Star Wars, obviously, and these last episodes they've been getting a lot of traction. So keep watching them. That might lead to more Going Rogue. So
I'm down.
We might do a celebration recap.
I didn't know what I was talking about the last time we did Going Rogue. I was just like, lightsabers are cool.
Yeah, it might take Brad's place. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, okay. Well, we'll see.
It's doing better than Rad at the moment. So
we'll see.
We'll see what happens. So thank you all for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.